Mira Khan had a problem, a strange, uncontrollable problem. She laughed at everything, not because she was rude, or insensitive, or trying to get attention. She laughed because she didn't know how not to. If someone tripped, she laughed. If someone made a mistake, she laughed. If someone shouted at her, she laughed even louder. Her laugh wasn't obnoxious, it was actually bright, innocent, and strangely infectious, like the sound of wind chimes mixed with bubbles. But still, it got her fired from more jobs than she could count. By the age of 24, Mira had worked at a bakery, fired for laughing when a customer spilled coffee, a clothing store, fired for laughing when the mannequin fell, a call center, fired for laughing when a client cursed at her, and even as a receptionist, fired for laughing when the manager forgot his own office password. And now, she was desperately searching for something, anything, that would pay her rent for the month and keep her roommate from complaining again. When she found an online job posting that read, "Assistant needed, high energy, good attitude, no experience required," she thought, perfect, she definitely had energy, and her attitude was pretty good, considering she never stopped laughing. But she didn't see the employer's name until after she clicked apply. The posting was from Atlas Industries, owned by Darian Ward, one of the youngest billionaire CEOs in the world, famous for creating the world's most advanced AI architecture. Darian Ward, the man who never smiled. Darian Ward, the man who terrified his employees. Darian Ward, the man who fired assistants like he was swatting flies. Mira submitted her application anyway. Darian Ward was 32 years old, worth over $20 billion, and colder than the marble floors of his penthouse. He didn't laugh, he didn't cry, he didn't get angry, he simply existed with robotic precision. People called him the machine CEO because of how emotionless he was. Some whispered he had no soul. Others believed trauma froze whatever humanity he once had. Only one thing was true. Darian didn't have time for incompetence, or chaos, or noise, which was exactly why he had fired his last 7 assistants in the past month alone. He leaned back in his leather chair, flipping through the digital resume of the new applicant. Mira Khan, no degree, no long-term job, no references, but she did leave a note. Greater than, "I am very cheerful. I always stay positive. I laugh a lot." He frowned. Laugh. In his office, he almost deleted her application, until he noticed something else. She had added a video introduction. He pressed play, and for the next 45 seconds, Mira tried to introduce herself but kept laughing at her own mistakes. She mispronounced her name, laughed. Called Atlas, Atlantis, laughed. Dropped her phone, laughed even harder. But there was something unusual. Her laughter wasn't annoying, it was genuine, unfiltered, pure, something he hadn't heard in years. He watched the video again, and again, and again. For reasons he couldn't understand, he didn't delete her file. Instead, he sent the order. Schedule her for an interview. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mira spent the whole night rehearsing. She tried to speak calmly. She practiced keeping a straight face. She even watched videos of sad puppies to suppress her laughter. Nothing worked. By the time she reached the Atlas Industries skyscraper, she was so nervous that she started giggling in the elevator. The receptionist looked horrified. "Please tell me you're not here for a corporate meeting." "Assistant interview," Mira whispered. "God help you," the receptionist muttered. When Mira entered the CEO's office, she nearly fainted. The room was massive, glass walls, black marble floors, a breathtaking view of the entire city, and in the center sat the man himself. Darian Ward, tall, sharp jaw, perfect suit, expression dead. He didn't even blink as she walked in. "You are Mira Khan." She nodded, then laughed, quietly, softly. He watched her like a scientist studying a rare creature. "Do you find something amusing?" "No, sir. It's just nerves. Ignore it, please. Sorry." "Ha." She slapped a hand over her mouth. Darian's eyes narrowed. "You laugh when you're nervous?" "Unfortunately, yes. And when you are uncomfortable?" "Yes. And when you see someone make a mistake?" "I'm working on it." He folded his hands. "You understand this is a high-pressure environment. I do not tolerate distractions. I do not tolerate noise. I do not tolerate." He accidentally knocked his pen off the table. Clink. Mira burst into laughter. Not a small laugh. A ridiculous, uncontrollable fit of bubbling giggles. She tried to stop, tried to apologize, tried to hide behind her hands. But the more she tried to hold it in, the harder she laughed, until she was bent over, tears forming in her eyes. Darian froze. He expected to feel irritation, annoyance, anger. Instead, he felt something he hadn't felt in years. Confusion mixed with the faintest warmth in his chest. Her laughter wasn't mocking, it was innocent, bright, alive, and before he realized it, the corner of his mouth twitched. Not a smile, not yet, but close. When Mira finally caught her breath, she wiped her eyes. "I'm so sorry, sir. Please don't fire me before you even hire me." He stared at her, and then he said the most unexpected thing. "Report to work tomorrow." Everyone in the office was shocked. Mira, the new assistant, she laughs at everything. She'll last 2 hours. The CEO will murder her. But Darian had made up his mind. He wanted to study her laughter, understand why it had affected him. And, though he'd never admit it, he wanted to hear it again. The first hour went smoothly. Then the second hour arrived, and Mira accidentally spilled coffee on the meeting agenda, and laughed. Then she mistook a board member for a delivery driver, and laughed. Then she walked into a glass wall, and laughed so hard that the entire hallway started laughing with her. Employees peeked out of offices. People smiled. The building felt lighter. Darian watched everything from his office window. He found himself listening, waiting, for that laugh. When she finally brought him the wrong report, again, he expected frustration. But instead, when she nervously giggled, something cracked inside him. A memory, a faint echo, his mother, laughing in their old kitchen. Before the accident, before everything went cold, a sound he thought he would never hear again. For the first time in a decade, Darian felt his throat tighten. He dismissed the feeling immediately. Emotions were inefficient, dangerous, weak, but he couldn't deny one thing. Myra's laughter had shaken him.